We're going to be working on the situation where someone says something or does something and you feel at the effect of all of that. This is our circumstance. My father said, the person that you want now does not exist anymore. What was your main predominant thought that you had about that statement? You felt hurt by that. Now, what have you made it mean when somebody in your family doesn't bother to really understand where you're coming from and what you want out of life? Sounds like that they don't care about you. So you've taken, that statement that your father made, and now you've made that mean that they don't care about your feelings, your thoughts, and what you want out of life. Do you think that it is your family's primary responsibility to always understand what you're thinking, why you're thinking them, what emotions you're having, and what you want in life? Is that your family's primary responsibility? That expectation, I just want you to see that you're holding for your family to have. And that's what we call having a manual for the relationships in our life. When we have a manual for something, we set up all these rules and expectations in how we think the people in our life should show up, how we need them to behave in order for us to feel a certain way. We all have those manuals, and it's really helpful to be mindful and aware that actually they're our list of rules that we've created that we now impose on them, and we don't actually even tell them about what this list of rules are or expectations that we have of them. And every time they show up and not fulfill those expectations and those rules that we have for them, then we're always left feeling at the effect of and very disappointed in them. And we are going to judge every part of them and their behaviour and what they do or don't do in accordance with our manual. We create a lot of suffering for ourselves because of it. Another person, a different family member, let's say, might have a very different manual, might have a very different set of rules and expectations they have, and they completely don't get that experience because in their model that they've set up, they haven't made it mean all these things. And so they get to experience that person in a very different way. When we can decide, actually, those set of expectations, those rules and everything, they're not making me feel good, because I notice that they're just not following my rules the way that I need them to. And then when we're feeling hurt and disappointed and disconnected, how does that have you showing up when we can take responsibility for the results that we create and the way that we're feeling in our life? It is hard sometimes because it calls for us to do the work. Let's say he did mean it the way you took it. Even if it is true, it's still a very painful thought for you to have because it leaves you feeling this way. What is the upside? Why do you want to go and make that mean this hurtful thing? You could just make that mean, oh, my dad has a set of thoughts. I don't necessarily agree with them, but everyone's entitled to their thoughts. You are creating that suffering for yourself, and you can change it like that.